Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry I'm late. I didn't even put out an announcement that I was going live, and I feel bad about that. I'm finishing off the last bit of my bang this morning. So good. Oh, yeah. Homeschool is back in session, and so I had to get a certain amount of things done with my kids, and we were down there rushing, and the kids kept going, "Isn't it time for your live chat?" Because they know that as soon as I come up here, they can do what they want, and they don't have to do what I tell them to do. But whatever. That's why I was late. I'm sorry about that. But you know what? Such is life. I'm at least here. It seems like it's been a long time. I guess I haven't really done a live chat since that quick one that we did in on December 24th, the day before Christmas. And so, yeah, I haven't really seen you guys in a little while. And we're all here in the new year. And look, I'm not crying, you guys. Hey, hey, we're a week in and I am not depressed. I'm starting to think maybe the vitamin D is really working, which is good. And I have a couple of bits of depression, but nothing like usual. So I think maybe the vitamin D is really helping. Anyway, I'm glad to be here and I'm glad that you guys are joining me. I see a lot of people coming in. So as you're coming in, don't forget to say hi so that I can welcome you. And if you have a chance to quickly hit the like button so that YouTube will show the video and maybe we can get a few more people to join us, that would be greatly appreciated. You just kind of minimize the chat, hit like, and then reopen the chat. Okay. Woo! My nose is itchy all of a sudden. All right, so who is here? Brandy C is here. Welcome. Honey's Yarn is here. Tracy Burton, welcome everyone. Danielle Lendino Sweeney, nice name, that's fun. Teacher Paula, hello. Rebecca Smith, hi. Cooper's Cats, Pauline, thank you for reminding me. Happy New Year. Keto Grace, who is Debbie, is here. But first coffee, first, I can't even say that. But first coffee, I love it. Welcome. Nayla Soul is here. Epiphany London, who is Sue, is here, and ADH Snuggles, who is Angela, is here, and Patricia Diaz. All right. Okay, welcome everyone. We have a lot of people joining us, so I'm really glad. So, how is it going for you guys? We are a week into the new year, and I'm curious, you guys tell me, how is it going for you? Have you had any struggles getting back on track? I wanted to talk about basically like getting recovered after going off of plan, or getting back into tracking after taking time off, that kind of thing. And I'm just wondering how it's been going for you. We'll start with that because, you're here. So I want to talk to whoever's here and also who is going to be watching this later. So if you have anything you want to add, definitely let me know. Let's see. Angela ADH Snuggles says she's on her second day and she wants a candy bar. Understandable. Yes. It's painful sometimes, definitely. Teacher Paola says she feels hungry all the time. Okay. And Terry Lee says it's tough to get past the carb cravings. Okay, so that's a good place to start. So, a very good place to start, right? What is the first step in getting back on track? The first step in getting back on track, of course, is deciding to get back on track. Deciding to not spend the entire month of January still staying off plan. You may have indulged in December and eaten treats, or maybe you didn't and you just overate like me. But January is a time where you have to kind of get your mind back, your head back in the game. And I think we're kind of wired that way. It seems like we go through cycles, November and December, we just are kind of wired to spend time with people and to develop relationships. And food becomes a source of bonding. And I think that's why we have such emotional things wrapped around it, because it's just we're hardwired to spend time enjoying life with the people that we love during the holidays. And then January, it's like we're hardwired to go, okay, gung-ho reset, let's get started on something new. Everything is changing. I think part of that is because in the new year, we just don't have a lot of things to focus on at the very beginning of the year. And if we don't get refocused for the year, we can't it's like we'll just stagnate, right? Which is, I think, why a lot of times I suffer from seasonal affective disorder. It's also partially because I kind of lose my focus. I've spent all this time developing relationships, but now what? Everybody's off doing their own thing. So, yeah, getting back on track, number one, is all about the mindset. It's all about deciding to do it, okay? So, we're all here because we decided to do it. We're getting back on track. We are going to make this happen. 2020 is our year, all of that awesome stuff, right? And so then we take the first step. And obviously, you guys have taken the first step of bringing your carbs down below 20. I'm guessing that's why you're suffering from carb cravings. So you will, especially if you've been on keto and then you went back off and then you came back on, you're going to struggle a little bit with carb cravings and hunger and that kind of thing in the very first week, because you basically teased your body and your body's like, wait, no, I really like that sugar stuff. That's like way easier to use and I don't have to think too hard and I don't have to do all these weird processes. And your body just tells you, oh yeah, that's the thing I want. But see, we have to tell our bodies that the body needs a more solid fuel, than one that's more reliable and one that's not so quick burn. And so we need to convince our bodies that we're right and it's wrong, right? That's easier said than done. Easier said than done. So, some of the ways that I recommend to get through those first few days of hunger and carb cravings. Number one, especially for hunger, is focus on your electrolytes. If you are feeling hungry, there is a really good chance you are having a water whoosh, especially if the scale is going dramatically down, which it does tend to do. Especially if you've never done keto before, or if you ate some off-plan things and gained a lot of water weight over the holidays, you're immediately going to drop that. And with that big drop, you're going to drop your sodium. So even the normal amounts that you're used to taking might not be enough. So definitely focus on that. Whenever I feel a craving or hunger, my number one go-to is sodium. I always try sodium first before, even with thirsty. Okay, so if I'm thirsty or my lips are dry or something like that, I always go to sodium first to see if it's salt before I drink water, before I eat food, before I give into carb cravings. Because a lot of times, just eating the salt or drinking some Soleil water will actually stop that from in its tracks. It'll stop hunger almost always. It's crazy how it works. It's like it's an appetite suppressant or something. I really think part of the reason that we get so hungry is because our bodies are freaking out because of the sodium loss. So if we feed the body sodium, it kind of kicks that in the butt. Number two, focus on your New Year's resolutions, okay? So not just your resolution to lose weight, okay? Because that's a good resolution, but we should have some others as well. Focus on things that you can write down, that you can make plans for, that you can have motivation for, and that you can focus on, so that you're not worrying only about what you're eating, but you have other goals that you are working on to keep yourself busy. That's where I'm going with this. Keep yourself busy. January can be a time for a lot of just like downtime, and maybe it's not in your line of work, but for me, it seems like January is just a dull month. There's nothing going on. It's boring. It's cold. Christmas is over, life is over, it's lame. And so unless I keep myself focused on something new, I kind of get into that rut of thinking about, poor me, I just want to eat. This is boring. And the cold, of course, makes you want to eat as well, just because your body just thinks it needs to be storing up fuel, I guess. I don't know, but it's annoying. The cold itself is irritating enough. So keep yourself busy. So number one, sodium. Number two, keep yourself busy. And then number three, distract, distract, distract. So play Candy Crush or some other mind-numbing game on your phone when you have a minute of boredom. Do two things at once, multitask, find a new hobby, start crocheting, make a beautiful blanket like my awesome fan made for me, Kelly. Oh my gosh, that blanket. Oh my heck, you guys. I have it right here. It's so awesome. It is so huge too. Like I can put it on it's like, yeah, it's like a blanket. I love it. But yeah, you could do this, right? Learn how to do something like that. It's amazing. Yeah, just find something to keep yourself occupied. That is the key. Good news, this part doesn't last forever. Okay, so the part where you're craving sugar and the part where you're feeling excess hunger usually lasts less than a week. So if you can power through the week, if you're having it after that, it's definitely electrolyte issues. Usually only takes about a week for your body to go, okay, fine. I guess we're going into ketosis. I guess we're going to run on fats. She's the boss, and your body will just kind of go, okay. And once you kind of move into that fat burning zone, especially if you've already been there, it's a comfortable place. Like you feel less antsy. It kind of just makes you feel more chill, and it definitely is an appetite suppressant. One way that you know you've gone back into ketosis is the lack of hunger. It's sometimes you have to eat when you're not hungry, which is one of the hardest parts that I have when I'm coaching people. They're like, do I still have to eat all my protein even though I don't want to eat anything? Yeah, you do. Especially in that first time where it's just kind of fooling you. It doesn't last like that forever. So that's my advice for your sugar cake craving problems. So, like I said, number one, mindset, change your mind, want to do it. Number two, get those carbs low and then keep yourself busy and focused. And number three, get your electrolytes in. I have lots of videos on electrolytes. If you just search my channel or even just look through my beginners playlist has a great video on electrolytes if you're confused about that. But carbs first, electrolytes second, and macros third are the steps to getting onto a perfect ketogenic way of eating that's going to help you lose weight. I just did an interview on how to lose 200 pounds without surgery, and that's basically kind of like what I gave them was my like top 5 tips. I threw them out there without even thinking about it, and so that's going to be on another channel. I'm sorry if I mentioned something that I haven't even talked to you guys about. I talked to you about it on the weigh-in, so if you saw the weigh-in, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But yeah, top 5 tips for losing 200 pounds without surgery. Number 1, mindset. Number 2, carbs under 20. Number 3, electrolytes. Number 4, macros, tracking everything. Okay, so should we talk about that? Let's see what you guys are saying and see if that's where we're heading. So let's see who else is here and what you are saying. Sharon Merrill, day 7, down 3 pounds. Woohoo! Awesome. Yeah, so water weight gain in the holidays for Keto Grace, and then it's back down. That's kind of how it's been doing for me as well. Danielle Sweeney says, I don't think I'm going to go off plan anymore. I feel terrible and I want bread. True. You know what? That's why I haven't done it. I haven't gone off plan. I've eaten extra keto things that's definitely kicked me into ketosis, but I have not let my mind go there, and I can't let myself do it. I just can't. I'm hoping that it just stays that way because I really don't want to have to fight that. Oh, hey, Keto Cricket is here. Let's see. Everybody's saying they gained a lot in the holidays. So did I. Okay, that's a good tip. So Keto Cricket says she bought some potassium chloride from Amazon. It was bulk brand, and it has very little flavor, so it's easy to get the potassium in. I've been doing the no salt or which one is it? No salt, yeah, and it's nasty, but I've been making it work. But same for me. I eat bacon, but I don't eat enough food with potassium in it. I definitely need to get some in me, and that is a good way to get your potassium. Hey, Lisa Sums is here. Welcome. So glad to see you. Oh dear. So Danielle Sweeney says, my in-laws visit from January to April and all they eat is sweets. Okay. Keep the blinders on. Stay focused. That is hard. I have 9 kids and we have a lot of sweets around here too. Granted, I do try and cut back as much as I can, but yeah, you just have to put your blinders on. Or like Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom, with keto always wants to say, squint. She's like, squint, so you see around it. You don't see it. You squint your eyes and so you only see the keto things. It's tough, but it can be done. I promise. I basically always have carbs around me. We have them in my house constantly. And I have to say that they don't really tempt me anymore. I just don't even look at them. Things that I used to really love. So it's just a habit of just looking at it, smiling and saying, I'm choosing not to have that. I'm choosing not to partake. Oh, that looks good, but I'm not going to have that today. And it's just a habit making thing. You just do it every single time you see a carb and you'll get to this positive mindset where you're just choosing not to have it. And your body just kind of gets to where that's a positive thing. Don't sit there and go, no, I can't have that. I'm sad, but I can't have that. If you do the negative side of it, that'll actually make it harder. If you do it positively and you just say, like, I'm choosing to not have that. I'm choosing me over that. Then it becomes a healthy habit. Okay. Yes, movement and exercise are definitely good for keeping warm and for helping you get through January. That definitely is on my list. I know a lot of people like to get start a new exercise plan and everything like that. I don't usually focus that on my top 5 list because a lot of people get a little nervous when people say you have to exercise to lose weight. You do not have to exercise to lose weight. But exercising is definitely a good distraction and good to keep you warm and get you pumped up and make you feel like you're really moving toward a goal. So it's definitely a good place to begin in January as well. Um, let's see. Yes, the inflammation with sugar is so bad. Lisa Sum says she felt like she needed a hip replacement when she was eating it. Agreed, especially when you're used to being off of it and you feel that rejuvenation of the anti-inflammatory nature of keto. When you go back on sugar, even a tiniest bit, it can really bung up your joints and make you feel very stiff and nasty. Not to mention your gut. Oh, the gut pain, right, guys? The gut pain is real. People are always like, I'm going to go on a cruise or I'm going to go on vacation and I'm going to have a cheat day. And I'm like, do you really want to do that? Like, on your vacay when you're trying to have fun, because like you're gonna feel like totally miserable and not like doing anything. Not to mention the gas is very awkward, you know. So anyway, keep that in mind that if you're planning to have an off plan day, it should be a day where you don't have to really go out and do anything and like be social, in my opinion. Should definitely not be a day like a special day, like for example a wedding day. That would be bad. Can you imagine your wedding night after eating cake for the first time? Not good. Not good, guys. Don't do that. Hey, Jason Viva J is here, driving back to work from Buffalo Wild Wings. Yummy. Wings is my favorite. I love it. Love it, love it. Oh, Mad Wing Day. That sounds so good. You're making me hungry. I haven't eaten anything yet today. Oh my heck, yes. And your face can get really bloated. Um, I even noticed that in just my sister. She went off plan around Thanksgiving and I saw her like a week later and I just could see the puffiness in her face. And I was like, wow, that is crazy how fast. I mean, it's not fat or anything, but your body just immediately just retains all the fluids, right, guys? I mean, the day after Christmas, even just eating keto treats and getting kicked out of ketosis that way, I was up to 192. And today I was 181. So, like, yeah, crazy how it can just put all that water in you. Hopefully we don't have any pictures of me that day. I don't know. Oh shoot. Crazy Watkins says, currently suffering the effects of a cheat day on my cruise. I'm hunkered in my cabin to spare the public. Oh, crazy. I am so sorry. That's the worst. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's really hard to have a cheat day without misery following it. And I don't know if I have any advice about that. Like, other than just don't cheat. And so, like, if I were to go on a cruise, I'd probably partake in tons of keto food. I would eat all the prime rib, all the steak, all the wings, whatever I could get my hands on, and bring myself treats that were safe for keto, like keto cakes or something to have a dessert. I would definitely overeat and I would definitely put on weight. But wouldn't want to spend my cruise suffering from horrible gas and bloating because that's awful. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hang in there. Hang in there. Just don't eat any more carbs. Drink some water. Don't overdo it, but drink some water. Get your electrolytes in, and hopefully by tomorrow you'll be right as rain. Oh man, that sounds so miserable. Yeah, everything just gets so nasty after that. Okay, let's see. Carly's mama, who is named Tanya, I think. As of 1/5/20, she is doing 20 total carbs, which is Dr. Westman's simple recommendation to help her get back on the low carb train. She hates the water retention. That will definitely get rid of your water probably within a week. Like every time I get excessive on the keto treats, usually within a week I drop like 10 to 14 pounds, depends on how much water I'd put on. But yeah, that'll work for you. 20 total carbs is definitely safer than 20 net. It keeps the bars and treats right out. It doesn't even provide them as an option because there's just no way you can do any of them on a total carb thing. So it's definitely a good starting place. I definitely recommend going for that. Yes, definitely do keto wedding cake if you're gonna do it. And you know what? We have so many bakeries around here that make keto cakes that are beautiful. I bet it's even possible. So my son's having a wedding in June. So I'm totally gonna order a keto wedding cake for the mom and dad and whoever else wants to partake of a gluten-free keto cake in aside next to his wedding cake because I'm not even going to eat wedding cake. Nope, never happening it. Lisa, you're hilarious. She says, I'm not even calling it a cheat day. I'm going to call it misery is coming day. So true. So true. Oh my gosh, you make me laugh, girl. You are so funny. She just makes me smile all the time. But yeah, it's really true. Let's not call it a cheat day either, though. Remember, we're trying to stay positive. We're trying to have a positive mindset. There is nothing wrong with choosing to eat off plan. Have a plan to get back on plan. The problem is when we say things like cheated or fell off the wagon, we take away the responsibility or we punish ourselves. So cheating is a way of making us feel guilty, right? And we don't need to feel guilty. There's no reason to feel guilty for choosing to eat something that's not on your plan. It's just a choice. It's no big deal. It doesn't mean you're a bad person, right? And cheating implies you're doing something inappropriate. You're doing something wrong. Falling off the wagon implies you don't have responsibility for it, right? That it just happened to you. Oh no, it just happened. No, that's not true. You actually chose to do it. You can't give away the responsibility to someone else. You do have to hold responsibility, but you don't have to beat yourself up. So it's all a mental thing, okay? It's a mental thing. Don't feel guilty if you choose to have a piece of cake. So you chose to have a piece of cake. Well, today you choose not to, and you just get right back at it. And that is the key for getting back on. That's what I meant by the mental game. So there's multiple facets of the mental game. But number one is never, ever beat yourself up. And it's hard when you're standing on the scale and you're like 10 pounds up and you're like, what happened? What did I do to myself? And you're crying and whatever, misery. It's okay to feel sad about that, but don't keep on beating yourself up saying you're bad, you're miserable, you made terrible choices, you obviously can't do this, you're not capable, whatever you're telling yourself. Stop it. Stop it, because that's literally putting nails in your coffin. You're definitely telling yourself what is going to happen. Instead, if you're saying, you know what, I made a bad choice. Oh, well, life is hard. We move on. We make choices all the time that aren't great for us, right? That is part of life. That is part of learning. So as long as we just assign it, it's a choice. Take responsibility. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. What am I going to do today to overcome that? And that's the mental game. And that's why January is so beautiful. And a lot of people start in January because that's literally what we're wired to do. Making our lists, right? Making our list to get back on track. Writing things down helps so much. My New Year's resolution this year is actually not diet related. Can you believe that? I'm so chill with my diet, like it's not even a resolution. I just got back on plan. Like it's not even like a thing. It's just a habit now. My New Year's resolution is actually to learn to budget. Believe it or not, I am the worst at budgeting. We have never ever budgeted our entire relationship, and we always end up like 5 days before payday freaking out because we need to get such and such or buy food, or we have nothing and we have zero money. And I'm sick of that. I'm plain sick of that. Dave makes okay money. We do have a lot of kids and we have a lot of food to buy, and it can be a little bit daunting. It gives me anxiety to look in the bank account, and I think that's part of it. If I have blinders on, I don't see. Same thing with weight. If you have blinders on, you don't have to see, then you're never going to get anywhere, right? So instead, I took this book. Actually was given to me by my good friend Karen Rothwell. She's so dear. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? And I've been waiting for the right thing to do with this book. It's been sitting here on my stand just looking at me, and I just didn't know what I wanted to write in it. And I finally decided it's going to be my manifestation book. Okay, so right now I'm manifesting my budget, and I got all these budget things written down, and all the debt that I have, and all of the payments that we make, and all of that. So you can do the same thing with your weight loss. So you can write down, this is the situation I'm in. This is where I need to be. These are the things that I need to do in order to accomplish that goal. This is what I need to do today. And just writing it down is so helpful. But this page is where the success happens. This is the magic. This is where I'm writing. I'm excited and happy that we budgeted successfully in January. We have so much extra money to pay down our credit. It's me manifesting and saying things that I'm grateful for in advance of them happening. So for example, with weight loss, you could write down, I feel so amazing. I made it all the way through January by sticking to my keto macros. I'm so impressed with how well I've done and I feel so great and healthy. See? And you write it down before bed so that it gets into your mental space so that as you sleep, your mind is ruminating on that. Also, I say in the shower, when I get in the shower, I just say things over and over and over. You can have just any mantra that you say to the point where it just becomes naturally what you do. And those ways of just kind of telling your body what to do will like give your brain a shift. Okay. It'll shift you into thinking weight loss mode instead of thinking beat myself up mode, or this is too hard mode, or this is overwhelming, or I'll never lose this 200 pounds because, oh my gosh, that's so much weight mode, right? You can't focus on the huge goal. Bite-sized pieces, 1 month at a time, action goals. Those are what you guys should be writing down and what you should be focusing on. And the actions should be keeping your carbs under 20, tracking and monitoring your electrolytes and making sure you're on top of them every single day, tracking your macros, tracking every single bite that you eat. Okay. And then, what are the other two? Taking pictures, before and after pictures, once a week at least. Take pictures, or once a 4 weeks. That's what I did. Every 4 weeks I did a picture. I haven't been taking pictures during maintenance, but when I was in weight loss, I did, just in case the scale didn't go down, but I could see that I'm changing, right? So take pictures. You will regret it if you don't. Take pictures and measurements. So don't let the scale be the only thing that tells you if you're being successful or not. And do not, I repeat, do not make a pounds goal. I know that sounds terrible. Don't say, I'm going to lose such and such pounds by such and such date. Number one, you're just setting yourself up for misery, because more often than not, the scale is not accurate to where you are at. My suggestion to you is always create an action goal. So for example, I'm going to track my macros every day this week. I'm going to be perfect in my macros every day this week. And then your mentorship, your manifesting thing at night would be, I did so awesome this week. I'm so proud of myself for tracking my macros every single day this week. And you would write it down every single day. And every single day, I bet you $1 million you're going to do it, right? So that is the goal right there with that. So that was number 4 and 5 was pictures and measurements. So changing your headspace, carbs under 20, electrolytes, macros, and then your number 5, I guess, was the measurements, weighing and measuring. Okay, so those are my 5 tips for getting back on track. I've done a lot of videos on that. If you go to my beginners playlist, in my playlists, that's basically what I talk about. The first video is about getting your carbs under 20. The second video is about electrolytes. And the third video is about macros. Those are the only ones that really matter, guys. If you need help with any of those things, I can help you in several ways. Number 1, join the Facebook group. If you're not already on the Facebook group, you should be on the Facebook group. If you're not on Facebook, that's too bad, because this is the place where I can mentor you. Me and my team, we answer questions and we help people do what I'm doing. How I lost 200 pounds without surgery. You want to know how to do it, go to the Facebook group. It's just Keto Chaos. There's a page and a group. Join the group. You got to ask questions to get in. If you don't answer the questions, you won't get in. Just a heads up. There's 2 questions, or 3. 2. I think it's only 2. Yeah, to get in. And the link is, of course, in the About section of all my videos. So if you just go to any video, except maybe this one, I try really hard to get it in my lives, but I don't always get it in. I'll try. If you're watching this later, it's probably there. But it's not there now. Definitely not there now. Join the Facebook group so we can answer your questions. There's a getting started guide in the announcement section. If you're not on Facebook, email me. I will send you the getting started guide. And you can ask me questions if you need to. I don't always answer them really super quickly. If you want one-on-one support, I do offer coaching. I have 2 spots available. It's $120 for 4 weeks. And I take you where you're at and just help you get to the next level. Some people have been more successful than others. It's really about what you put into it. I can't guarantee you're going to have awesome success if you don't work really hard and put yourself through whatever I tell you to do. Okay? But it's there if you need it. How else can I help? You can always message me on Instagram and I'll try to answer. I'm Keto Chaos on Instagram. I really do try and help as much as I can, as many people as I can, all the day long. I have my phone with me and I try really hard to answer every question. If I didn't answer your question, it could be I didn't see it. A lot of times when people Facebook message me through my page, I don't usually see it. For some reason, it doesn't pop all of the things up for me that go through the page. So Instagram's probably better. I don't know. Anyway, those are all the ways I can help you. Now, this is your time. You ask your questions. Let me know what you're worried about, what I can help you with, and I will spend the next 30 minutes, if we have questions, answering your questions. If we don't, then that's the end of the end there. And I hope this is helpful. I really hope this is helpful. Okay, so let's see. Good question. Gail Crisp asks, do you think the keto bakeries in your state will ever ship across the country? I live in Ohio. They do. Yes. KetoCakesUtah.com ships all 50 states. There you go. It's not cheap, but it's worth it. And I will tell you, these are fat bomb cupcakes, so they're not super ideal for fat loss. They're like 35 grams of fat, 3 net carbs, and 8 grams of protein. So they're not terrible, and they're great for on occasion, but I wouldn't say that they're a daily thing when you're trying to lose weight. So if your goal is fat loss, be careful with them. If your goal is maintenance, have one every day. They're so good. Yum, yum. All right. Lisa Sums says, I'm her spirit animal. Aw, I love it. Yeah, I know. A resolution that doesn't involve dieting. I must be moving to a new plane, right? My spirit is moving to a new level. Jason's also working on budgeting. Awesome. Hey, you guys, the budget that I'm doing is super easy, by the way, and I got it from Jordan Page. If you haven't heard of Jordan Page, you should definitely check her out. I think she started out as a blogger, Cheap, Fun, and Free, or something like that. It was her blog, but she has a YouTube channel, and she has a course that you can pay for, but pretty much anything that you need is on her YouTube channel, just like it is here for me with weight loss. So if you're looking to do budgeting, check out Jordan Page. This is not sponsored. She has no idea who I am, but she does live in Utah. Isn't that weird? So many YouTubers in Utah. It's crazy. But they, like, her and her husband, like, paid off, I think she said, like, $15,000 worth of debt when they were only making 30 grand a year. Wow. That's crazy. She's impressive. Carly's mama says, or Tanya says, she's a budget addict. She says it gives you such great perspective of where you're going financially and keeps you mindful of choices. Use color. I like that color idea. So we have our budgets on paper and also on envelopes that we keep in our wallet. We're not doing cash envelopes or like take little tiny envelopes. Our envelopes have like 1 or 2 budgets and that's it. And we're just to write on them and keep our receipts in. And then we are using Mint to track the budgets in color. And it puts it up on a fancy little wheel so you can see like how much you spent on shopping and groceries. And of course, groceries is like all of it. Yeah, groceries. When you have a big family, groceries can be quite crazy. Okay, Lisa Sum says, manifestation and positivity is key. I visualize changing my life, listed things I can do in a different body. That is perfect. The things you want to do that you've never done, the things that you know you should be able to do but can't. I mean, gosh, if I think back to when I first started, probably my list of things that would have been on that is, I'm so happy that I can walk up the stairs without feeling like I am dying. And now I don't even think about that. I just run. And I don't even think about it anymore. Run up and down the stairs all day long. It used to be, I used to think, oh, which kid haven't I asked to go get me something in a while? Because I didn't want to overburden one certain person. But I would never want to go downstairs and get anything because I couldn't walk back up the stairs. So yeah, that would have been a big, huge one on my list, is being able to walk up the stairs, being able to, play with my kids. When I first started, do you think dancing would ever be on my radar? Clogging, yes, because I kind of had a feeling that I could do it, but I didn't dare to even do it till I had lost 100 pounds. But that one was actually on my list when I first started. But like some of the things I'm doing now, I would have never believed in a million years, like when I first started, that I'd be doing them. that they would be regular things. I mean, I have a ballet class tomorrow. If someone would have told me when I first started that I was going to take a ballet class, I would have knocked them over with a feather. I would never have believed it. I would have been like, no. And jazz? Like, I still don't even want to be in jazz. That's how bad that I didn't really think I would ever do it. And I'm still doing it. Please help me, God, when I go on stage in the end of May in jazz. I literally cannot even. Still can't even imagine that happening, but it's going to happen because there's no way out but through. Got myself into this. Yep. All right. Lisa says it's my mission and calling because I'm good at it and enjoy it. Yeah, like if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. Like YouTube, no. In fact, last night I made myself edit a vlog even though I didn't want to because I knew I needed to keep on schedule with hide and seek. And you know what? Like I did not want to do it. And then when I sat down and edited that vlog last night, I had so much fun. It's all me mostly. Just talking. So if you guys want to watch one that's just me talking, the one I posted today, it says so much stress. It was a day, guys, but it was hilarious, in my opinion. I thought it was funny. You guys may not think it was funny, but, you know, anyway. Let's see. Tamalina Maxon says, I look back and realize I was always a sit-down spectator mom. Yep, exactly. Ooh, that's a good one. She says she's determined to get healthy and go zip lining. Oh, that one scares me. And there's a really cool zip line within like 45 minutes or 30 minutes. It's like one of the tallest zip lines in the world, right around my corner. And I don't know if I'm there yet. That's Tamalina. Or Tamalina. I hope I'm saying that right. That is a goal right there. Woo! That'd make a vlog, wouldn't it? That just sends fear up my spine just thinking about it. Anything like that. But I bet I could do it. I just don't know if it's on my radar. But we'll see. You never know what's going to happen, right? Once I get the budget under control, maybe I could actually do something. Maybe we could actually go somewhere. The kids are like, does this mean we get to go to Disneyland? I'm like, maybe. I don't know. I hope so. I hope it means we get to do a lot of things. Who knows? Who knows? I'm excited though. I like checking Mint 4 times a day. That's like, I'm obsessed with it. Just like I was obsessed with keto at the beginning, learning everything I could. Now I'm trying to learn everything I can about budgets. And like, and you would never believe that I would ever say that. Because last year Dave wanted to budget. He's like, he downloaded Mint and he said, let's budget. Let's work on this. And I just looked at him. I go, nope. Getting on the nope train. And I'm the one who's in charge of the money. So if I'm not on board, he's just like, okay. Because there's literally nothing he can do. I buy all the stuff, pretty much everything. I spend all his money. But I have to say, we grossly underestimated the amount of Coca-Cola that we drink in a week. Dave told me he only drinks half a 2-liter, and I knew I drank a whole 2-liter, and I bought myself 2 liters, and I bought him half a 2-liter, and he's drinking all my Coke. That makes me mad. So, yeah, we didn't budget enough Coke, so by the end of the week, I may be a mess. We shall see. I'm sure I could live without Coke. Good grief. It's not that bad. Okay. But First Coffee says, how much magnesium, sodium, potassium is needed for a day on keto? That is great. I do have a whole video on electrolytes in the beginners playlist that I can go into detail, but I can tell you off the top of my head, you need a minimum of 5,000 milligrams of sodium, and you need 1,000, well, you know, I've kind of raised I really prefer 2,000 potassium, but it's really 1,000 to 3,500 milligrams of potassium a day. I try really hard to be between 2 and 3. 2,000 and 3,000 is where I try and hit every single day now. And it seems I do better that way. But 1,000 to 3,500 milligrams, mostly from food with a little bit of like potassium, some kind of potassium chloride or preferably not citrate, but you can use citrate to supplement. I use no salt because it's easy to find at Walmart. But Keto Cricket mentioned something that you could buy, powder that you could buy earlier up in the comments. I already forgot what it was. Potassium chloride? Maybe? Anyway, that you could buy on Amazon for pretty cheap too. So there's that way. And then magnesium, it's really based on you. The minimum is 300 milligrams. I personally take about 650, 675. I take magnesium glycinate because it relaxes my muscles and it helps me sleep. And I take that much because it keeps me regular. That's how much it takes to keep me regular with the type that I use. So with magnesium, you just kind of have to play with it and find your good amount that doesn't cause you diarrhea. Don't take citrate. It's not that great. All it does is flush you out. It doesn't really give you what your body needs. Stick to glycinate, malate, oroate. I mean, there's lots of different magnesiums you can try. Glycinate's my favorite. I use Zalbrand, ZHOU. It's a Utah company. I just use it because it seems to work really great for me. I've tried a couple of brands that didn't work as great, but I don't know why. I don't know why. This one has a little oxide in it. Oxide's not super absorbable, so try not to get one that's all oxide. If it has a little oxide, it's okay, but if it's got a lot of oxide, you might be wasting your money. So I hope that helps. If not, there's a whole video on that in the beginners playlist where I go into it in depth and I talk about how to get it, and I talk about like Soleil water and different ways to get your sodium in, that kind of thing. So that's a good video to start with if you're looking to get going on that. Yeah, and like Keto Cricket says, it's very individual. You have to play with it. Like 5,000 is the minimum that Dr. Finney recommends. But I personally take a ton more. Like I tried going down and like not taking as much, and it did not go well. Let's just put it that way. I take it a lot. I'm not even going to tell you how much sodium I take because it's so much more than people probably think a person should take. But I go by like when I feel normal. If I feel normal, then I know I had enough. If I feel like muscle cramps and shaky and weak and tired and headachy and nauseous, then I know I haven't got enough. So I don't like feeling that way, so I take more. Lisa Sum says, ask family and friends to gently remind you that you are acting hangry to check on electrolytes. I've seen kids yell at you about your sodium on your videos. Yes. If I get really ornery, they pretty much always say, have you had your salt today? It's not always the sodium, but yeah, definitely. Definitely. Oh, man. Okay. Gail Crisp says, I think you have mentioned that you suffer from depression. How are you doing right now? Today is actually a really good day. In fact, I've only had one bad day since Christmas, and it was the day after Christmas. I knock on something. Wood. There we go. Here's some wood. I don't want to risk anything. So far, so good. I've had some like lower days, but nothing dramatic. Like usually this time in January, I'm crying for no reason all day long, like, and uncontrollably. The only thing that I've done differently, well, that's not true. There's two things I've done differently this year. Number one is I started taking vitamin D3 way back in October daily. So I'm using this one called Naturello. It's a powdered vitamin D3, and I have to take it with a meal or with fat because it's fat-soluble vitamin, and it doesn't have fat in it like a lot of the D3s do. And it seems to be working really great. Been taking it since October almost every single day, and I noticed that if I miss a dose of it, it causes me issues, but I'm a lot better off, I think, this month. Second thing that I'm doing is that I decided not to do a full keto cut. So the first year I did the keto cut, I was so miserable, like in so many ways, that just going into ketosis like fixed a lot of my depression problems. So I didn't really struggle like I normally do at that first year. But then the years following, I've struggled in January, and I really think it's because I always go back on a cut after the holidays. And I don't need to do that anymore, really. I'm happy where I'm at. Like, am I still fluffy? Yes. I don't really care, though. I'm not like a bodybuilder. I'm never going to be a hard body. I like to be a soft mama to a certain point. You know what I mean? And so I don't really care if I lose that much weight at this point. I hate to say that because I know this is a weight loss channel, but that's just where my head is at now. And so I've basically been going day by day and seeing how I feel. Yesterday I tried really hard to do a cut. I was at 1,100 calories right after dinner, and I just couldn't do it. And I went downstairs. I made myself some cream cheese and heavy cream. So my goal has been like to cut my calories back, because I was doing like 3,000 in the holidays, and that obviously wasn't working since I put on quite a bit of weight. Like, I think it's looking like it's about 6 pounds that I put on between September and January. That's not bad. That's honestly not bad. Considering I ate 3,000 calories almost every single day, that's kind of shocking, actually. But that seems to be where I'm settling out now that the water weight has gone. It seems to be where I'm settling, is about 6-7 pounds up. So that's not bad. So I'm trying to basically keep my calories between 1,600 and 2,000. Every time I try and get below 1,600, it's like I get gun shy, and I'm just too nervous that it's going to cause my depression. So then I don't let myself do it. Who knows if it actually would, though? I don't know, because I'm not actually pushing that hard to do that. I'm focusing more on the budgeting and getting excited about a new thing and just letting food be food. I know that Keto Cricket said that I'm just going to have to spend a couple of years getting my metabolism back to normal after I've jerked it around a bit. And she's probably right. And so I'm trying not to be too strict at this point, because I don't ever want to be like 10% body fat. I don't really care. So really, there's no point in that. I got the whole rest of my life to worry about it. So my goal is to just kind of try and stay as normal as I can. Not excessive and not restrictive is where I'm kind of at in my headspace. I hope that makes sense. So I think that might have be into play. I'm also not eating any like bars or I am eating some Quest chips once a week, and I am having Mio like I did in the cream cheese and whipped cream last night. I had Mio. Occasionally I'm letting myself have some Lily chocolate chips, but as far as like bars and things, I'm trying to shy away from them. No like gummy bears, like Smart Sweets, that kind of thing. I haven't even really bought any sugar-free Jell-O, though. I probably will. But I haven't really done that. I've just mostly been eating heavy cream, basically, whenever I needed a treat. And I'm not saying it's a treat. It's just like food. Does that make sense? I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, long comment for a little question. Becky Sondergrath says, literally budgeting is life. I have for 15 years or more, and it changed our life. I'm not sure what you mean by the license plate thing. She says I budget for every little thing, like even license plates. Yeah, I don't even have that on my list. I got a long ways to go. I mean, yesterday a bill went through that was like 100 something, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's not even on my list. So yeah, definitely a noob, but I'm looking forward to this. Oh wow, Keto Cricket says she's going back to school this fall to become a nutritionist, super excited, and her daughter's getting married the end of May, so she has to wait until we get that paid for. Oh man, so glad that I am not having to deal with a daughter getting married, that I am getting in and jump into that a little bit with just a son getting married. I really don't know how much money is going to have to go toward that. No idea. Scary. Where do I get that? Oh, vitamin D3. The vitamin D3. I got it on Amazon. I get everything on Amazon. And you know what, guys? I'm not an Amazon affiliate. I should be. Do you know how many things I mention on these videos that people could buy from Amazon? The link that I gave them, if I would do it. I haven't done it. So I met with this financial girl. She wants my help with YouTube. And she's asking me all these questions. Do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have this? Nope. She's like, you could be making so much money. And I'm like, oops. I have no clue what I'm doing. I am so, yeah. This is the year of figuring out how to actually do YouTube, not just faking it anymore. Anyway, Amazon affiliate links. I really need to get those. That's a thing. I need to do that. But yeah, Amazon is where I get the vitamin D3, the Naturello, Naturelo, I believe. And also I buy all of my like Himalayan salt on there. All my magnesium on there. The Zao magnesium I buy there. I don't really buy like my Mio, but you can. You can buy Mio on Amazon. I don't really buy it. I buy it at Walmart. And Walmart raised their Mio price. It literally makes me cry. It's almost $4 a bottle now. It used to be $2.79. They raised it $1. Walmart. Ugh. Used to make me so happy to see it $2.79, and it's not. Lisa Sum says you should force yourself to do live chats if you feel depressed. Will perk you up. Reaching out to others always helps me with my depression. Connection cures the blues. Yes, That is true. That's why I still make my videos, even when I don't want to, even when I'm crying and I'm just honest and I'm just like, sorry, guys. I mean, you'll see in my hide and seek ones, especially, sometimes I'm just literally, as I'm driving the kids to dance, just crying my eyes out for no reason. I make my videos for that reason, to connect, to connect. That's why I started the other channel, so that I can connect in more ways than just keto. But yeah, and Lisa is such a good supporter of both my channels. I appreciate it so much. I know. I need to get an affiliate link. It's on my list. It's on my list. Last year's list was like Patreon, and I feel like I haven't done that great of job with it, though I do have so many awesome supporters and I appreciate them so much. I just kind of feel like I'm dropping the ball all the time with all these things I'm supposed to do. I don't have an email list, and I have like literally hundreds of people that have emailed me for my getting started guide that I could be like saving in some sort of email list and haven't. I'm really not good at this whole business thing, admittedly. YouTube, I had no clue it was going to be a business. I still don't. I like making a little money from AdSense, but like the rest of it sends fear down the spine. And one thing the financial person says to me, she says to me, she stopped me mid-conversation. She goes, you are afraid people won't like you if you have money. And I'm like, what? And she's like, several things you have said in this conversation make me think that you think people won't appreciate you, or that won't think you're an expert, or won't like you, or won't want to watch you, or won't want to be your friend in real life if you have money. And I wrote that down. That is in my book because it's true. I really believe that if I'm financially successful, people won't want to listen to me as much. That people won't want to that I won't be as good. I don't know. Is that silly? I don't know. That one I got to work on. Changing the headspace. It works for everything, right? Yeah. Yes, I do use Redmond Real Salt based right here in Utah. Yes, I do. And I will say that if you are going to eat salt instead of like drinking Soleil water or whatever, Redmond is the most delicious. It tastes the best. So when I first started keto, I didn't do Soleil water or anything. I kept a baggie of Redmond salt in my purse. And anytime I started to feel lightheaded, I would drop some in my hand and lick it out of my hand. It got to be embarrassing when people were asking me why I was licking out of my hand all the time. And that's when I started Soleil water, because people say way less about you drinking a thing that looks like an alcohol shot than they do about you licking salt out of your hand. Just so you know. I don't drink alcohol. So you think that people would be like... I remember this conversation I had with my friend. She was eating ice cream and I was licking salt out of my hand, and we were watching our kids dance, and she's like, why are you just eating salt? And I'm like, you have to eat sodium. You have to have sodium on a ketogenic diet. And she said to eat ice cream, and she's like, oh, well, I don't know if I want to do that. And basically I just looked at her and I said, well, that's why I'm going to lose 100 pounds in 9 months and you're not. And I shouldn't have said that. That was kind of rude, but it actually turned out to be true. I lost it in 8 months. So you know what? If you have to eat salt out of your hand, Redmond's the way to go. Skip alone all the way to the bank. Lisa, I can't be lonely. All my friends are poor. I don't even know how to do money. Like, I don't know what to do with it. So it scares me to even have $100 left over. It's the silliest thing. It's an anxiety thing. I have to get over it. And I think the writing is helping me, and writing everything down, like, and seeing it all, and like trying to get excited about having an extra $100 in the bank. That's helping a lot. So I just know it's possible for me to do this, but I wasn't ready before now. I've had to get this whole diet thing under control to the point where I felt like I was just normal. And now I feel like I'm just living and eating normally. And so I don't have to think about it. My headspace doesn't have to be there anymore. My headspace can be somewhere else now. And so this is my next big venture. Oh my gosh, I'm excited and scared, but I really want to go on a vacation so bad. So bad. Secure the bag and get the coins. You guys are awesome. You are so cute. I love you. Salt rocks that you can lick. I don't know if I would do that. That would take too long to get the sodium in. I do swallow those rock salt crystals like pills sometimes. I weigh them so that I get the right amount of sodium and I swallow them. That is actually a good way to do it. And I actually keep them in my purse almost always just in case I forget to bring my Soleil water so that if I start to feel weird, I can pop some and just swallow them. That's pretty fast. That works almost as great as Soleil water does. Keto Cricket says she's got to go, but if you become a zillionaire, I'll still be your friend. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know. I've actually had some people leave my channel and say some not nice things and leave my Patreon because they think that I was being dishonest, I think, about how much money I make on YouTube. I'm not 100% sure if that is the case, but I think it really was. And so that scares the crap out of me. I'm like, okay, so if I start to make money on YouTube, people won't want to watch my videos anymore? Because like, why? Like, I have 9 kids. I need to be able to like take care of them. And it would be nice to go on a vacation every once in a while. Like, we've been on, I don't even know, like 4 or 5 vacations our whole life. 24 years. It's not very many. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, if that's a certain person, if you're here and you ever watch this, I don't know what I said, but I'm sorry. So yeah, if anyone wants to know how much I make on YouTube, I'll tell you. I'm happy to tell you. Anybody want to know? The most money I ever made on YouTube was in October. And it was like so much money. And I'll tell you, okay, it wasn't so much money to like some people. To me, it was like so much money. And it was because of my loose skin video and my 200 pounds video got like 50,000 views. Okay. So I made $1,000 in October and I would nearly had a heart attack. Like literally almost had a heart attack. It was so helpful. It helped us be able to help a bunch of people for Christmas. We were able to do so much more serving and like giving to others and buying presents for people. It was awesome. We didn't even make videos about most of that. We just did it. And it was awesome. And I loved that. And of course, it made Christmas so much less stressful. So much less stressful. It was the best. But on average, I make about $150 to $300 a month from AdSense on this channel. And we just started making about, let's see, the average is about $50 a month now on my other channel. So tippity top on a good month, $350. And I probably work this job. Well, I film all day, every single day, pretty much. And I don't know how many hours of the day I film. Probably not like more than a couple of hours. But then I have to cut it all down. It takes me about 1 to 4 hours a night to edit, depending on how many videos I have to do and I'm much faster now than when I first started. So what? That's a part-time job, I guess, like 6-7 hours a day for $300 a month. And then of course I have Patreon, and in Patreon currently 141. And I think that's the one she thought I was being dishonest about, which I don't know why, because I had a coaching client through there, and so I don't know, why do I have to feel guilty about this? I don't. I'm sorry, whoever it was that thinks I was lying, but I wasn't. Nobody ever asked me the details. And I coach people. $120 for 4 weeks. Who wants me to coach them? I got 2 spots. Oh, that's 4. 2. 2 spots. That's all I can handle right now. Oh, I'm knocking you down. Sorry, my legs are cramping. We're coming up on 60 minutes. Anybody else have a burning question they must know the answer to now that I'm telling you guys all my secrets, which I always do at the end of the video, so you know you made it to the end if you're my best friend and supporter. And let's see, put coins for money or dollars. Coins or dollars if you'll still be my friend if I'm a zillionaire. I'm not going to be a zillionaire, but it would be nice to have enough money to save some. Bye, Lisa. See ya. You guys are awesome. Okay, Cooper's Cats. I don't necessarily use it wisely, which is why we're doing the budgeting here. Like, I do fritter my money. I think often I will just look at my bank account. Oh, I have money, so I guess I can buy such and such thing. And I don't really budget for it. And so that's what I'm trying to fix. Dave's like, you spend all the money before we even get to the next paycheck, and then we don't have any money for food. There's sometimes we just don't buy food, and then we have to go ask his mom for money, which is dumb. We shouldn't be borrowing any money from people. That's just dumb. So we don't need to. We should, on paper, we don't need to. That's eye-opening. I had no idea. Even if I'm not making any money, Dave on paper makes enough money to buy food, but we somehow don't ever have any food because I don't ever buy it. So this is at least forcing us to put our perspectives where they should go and not fritter, buy food. Oh my gosh, you are so funny. Yeah, I guess that's true. That's not frittering in my world. I'm just buying what my kids need, like, new dance shoes, dance pants, whatever they need. They need stuff all the time, right? Like they all dance, 7 of them. Point shoes are not cheap. Thankfully, my only kid who's on point is now an adult and she buys her own. But they're like $100 a pop, and they usually last about 3 months. 3. Clogging shoes, if they don't grow out of them, cost $130, but they last, like if they don't grow out of them, they last for years and years, but they usually grow out of them. So, like for me, like I bought my clogging shoes when I lost 100 pounds, and I'm still using the same shoes. They are beat to heck, and I've shared them with a kid, and like they are looking pretty scary, but they still work great. You can still use them for a really long time, not like point shoes. When they're dead, they're dead. So yeah, I'm not buying, obviously I'm not going on vacation, but I do buy a lot of soda. We figured out that we spend probably $100 a week on soda alone. That was eye-opening. So yeah, what we did is we bought Bangs in bulk over at La Winco and at the cash and carry smart food service store. We bought them in bulk so that I was only spending about $1.70 a can instead of $2 a can, which isn't a huge savings, but when you're buying so many of them, it's good. And then we bought Coke 2 liters for like $1.29 when we normally were buying 2-liter bottles a day for like $7. No, $3.50 for two. $3.50 for 2 at the gas station. We're also doing no gas station January, which you got to know is painful, guys, because I go to the gas station and buy snacks every single day for my kids. We also bought snacks in a big, huge box. And we said, don't touch any of the snacks on the table. And the kids have been so good about taking only a certain amount of items for dance and leaving them there all the time and not eating all the chips. So my kids are even on board. And they said to me, Mommy, if we do this budget thing, does that mean we get to go to Disneyland? And I'm like, they get it. Like, they get it. They realize we're trying to be more frugal with our money, use it in better ways so that they can have a reward. So they're like on board with us doing this as well. It's a little bit more complicated than going to the gas station every day, but I was spending $10 to $20 for snacks at the gas station like 4 or 5 times a week for the kids. That's insane amounts of money, right? That's frittering, in my opinion. That's frittering. Especially because they don't need all those snacks. So we bought smaller snacks, and they only get to take a couple of them with them. So just hoping that works. Oh, good question. Do we have a DEXA scan date? I've only had about 3 people that want to do it. But you know what? If you wanted to come up and do it with me, I mean, it's still the regular price, but it would be fun to do a girls' day. Do you want to come up and we'll go to lunch and go get a scan and then go to lunch? I do need to do a scan. So I actually would like to do a scan probably next week. So if you want to, Debbie, message me. We could make it a girls' day. I think, so if you buy the regular price of the scan, it is, let's see, 2 for $95, I think, or 1 for $65 at the place in Murray where I go. They're a little bit more comprehensive there than they are at the mobile one that does it for $42. But it's really only $20 more. So, but it is a drive, clear up to Murray. But you know what? If you got enough people together, I bet they'd bring that mobile thing down to you guys down in Santaquin. I think it's Santaquin. Is that where you are? Anyway, if you want to come up, we can do it. Yeah, Carly's mama says, I personally don't feel it's our business on how much you make doing what you do on YouTube. The only concern is when YouTubers start cramming products in your face. And I did do that with the Yvette Sports. I had to because it was a sponsored video, but they only pay me $50. Sigh. I don't know. It's kind of a tricky world, YouTube. Trying to decide what products to even support and then trying to decide how much of that to do and whether or not it's going to actually be beneficial to our people. Because, like, you guys are more important to me than anything. So yeah, I definitely don't do reviews. I have so many people messaging me all the time to do reviews, but I don't really do that. I told them I do sponsor videos only and no one's ever willing to pay. That's the honest truth. They want to use us for free for an affiliate link, which, whatever. An affiliate link is great if you have like 1,000 people that buy the stuff, but like if you only have like five, like what's the point of that? Then you shoved products in people's faces for nothing, literally nothing. That sucks. So that's why I haven't done that. So occasionally, if you ever see a product that I mention in my videos, it's because they sent it to me without any expectation. So they'll message me and they'll say, like, we would like to send you some products. And I always say back, well, what is your expectation? And then if they say nothing, then I say, sure, send it on over. If they say we'd like a review video or anything like that, I say, nope, I charge for that. And they always say, no, we don't pay because we don't have an advertising budget. And then I always respond, oh, that's too bad. I only work with legitimate companies who budget for advertising. But thanks anyway, because I'm evil. Guys, stick with me. Don't do reviews for free. Sorry. That's a soapbox. We'll get off of that one. Pauline says, yep, that's frittering. Yeah, going to buy snacks every day? Frittering. Definitely. Love it. Yeah, I've looked at Dave Ramsey, but he just rubs me the wrong way. Yes, you do have to give Mint access to your bank info in order for them to use it. I give them access to all of my accounts. I guess that's possible that it could be bad. Most of all those budgeting apps though require that. So like YNAB, which is a charging one, it's supposed to be really good. YNAB. I don't know what it stands for, but it's supposed to be a really good one, but it also asks for the bank info. Pretty much all of them do, I think. Canab. Why can't I remember that? Why do I think you're in Santaquin or somewhere with an S every time? Spanish Fork. Something. I don't know. Do they do them on the weekends? That is a good question. I don't know, Debbie. I'll have to look it up. I actually don't remember. I did remember your name, Pauline. I'm working on it. I should have named my new cat Pauline, and that would help me. We have new cats. You guys probably don't know that yet. Have I mentioned that? Ooh, I have not. Secrets you find out if you make it this far. We actually gave we gave 2 cats to the kids for Christmas. That's coming up. Like, I think it's the next vlog on hide and seek. It might be the next. Yep. Guys, we have baby kitties in our house. I haven't even made them live outside or in the garage. It's going to be a miracle if my 23-year-old lives. So far, he has not had a major going to the hospital asthma attack. Hopefully, he won't. Though, honestly, he doesn't ever come out of the basement anymore. And I don't know if it's just because of the cats. And he keeps giving me the dirty look. The, you hate me, you don't love me look. Because I got cats and he's deathly allergic. But I love cats. And everyone else loves cats. And we have a lot of kids. And he's 23. And he could feasibly move out, right? Oh, it's so hard to make everyone happy. But yeah, we have cats now. So I didn't name one Pauline. The cats are girl and boy and are named Minnie and Mouse. So cute. All right. Well, unless somebody else has some sort of secret question they want to ask me so that I can spill my guts in a very probably inappropriate way for those who never make it to the end of the video, then I should probably go because I have a lot more homeschooling to do. The kids are working on their goals actually. So for our church, we are now home churching. I just laugh because this is legitimately like what I've done with my homeschool forever and ever. And now in the church, we have to home church. So we have like to put goals and like make vision boards and anyway. The kids are downstairs working on their goals for the next semester. They just had their reward day yesterday. The girls got to go get gel nails on, got a manicure. You would have thought they were in heaven. Ruby asked me if the ladies were speaking French. Turns out it was Vietnamese. Good thing I didn't say, no, it's Korean or something. Like, oh, how embarrassing. I finally just asked them if they wouldn't mind telling me. They've never been to a place like that. So funny. Oh, let's see. You have a cat, and every time you get your hair done, your hairdresser sneezes? Oh, no. Oh, that's sad. Minnie and Mouse is better than Pauline. I love Pauline though. That's a cute name. Oh, Winco has Quest chips cheap. I didn't know that. We only bought 4 because we bought them at Peterson's, which is a local store, because we are only having them twice. Well, he bought 4. He was only supposed to buy 2. We're only having them once this week. So I guess we have extra. But yeah, we'll have to look at Winco for that because that's where we bought all of our soda. It was Winco. Oh. All right. Okay, so anybody have any secret burning questions for me? Anything you really want to know that you think that I probably wouldn't tell you, but I might? All right. Okay, well, don't forget, if you're watching this later and you made it to the end, put a $sign if you'll still be my friend if I make money. That's a dumb thing to say, probably. Oh, man. I need to drink the rest of this. All right, I better go. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for so long. You guys are awesome. And we'll talk to you all again soon. Bye.